Hello everyone, this is Kona, and here I'm defending as a Demoman on Payload Hoodoo. Kind of an underrated map in my opinion, but that's alright. Now before I get started, I want to go over my own naming convention for the Demoman's weapons, and there's been some confusion before, but I like to call these weapons a certain thing, and even though they're not exactly correct, I still like to use those because that's how I call these weapons, you know, that's how I play this game. Now, the grenade launcher, the one that shoots those 4 grenades that roll on the ground, I like to call those pipe bombs or pipe grenades. And that, I don't know where that actually came from, but that's the first time I played this game. That's what people called it, was a pipe bomb or a pipe grenade, and I was like, okay, so that's what I'm gonna call it. So I know the technical term for that is grenade launcher, and those are grenades, but technically the Demoman has 2 types of grenades, right? He has the regular grenades that I'm shooting right now, as well as sticky grenades. So I like to call these grenades pipe bombs, and I like to call the sticky bomb launchers grenades sticky bombs. It makes sense, right? And you know, the grenades from the grenade launcher, they kind of look like pipes, sort of. You know, they're not completely round, right, like the sticky bombs. And so that's why I like to name that stuff, is because that's just how I heard these weapons when I first got this game, so that's how I'm going to refer to them. Now in this gameplay, you'll see me use my pipe bombs a lot, and I use them in different ways depending on how far the enemy is away from me. If the enemy is very, very far away, well, over here, it's kind of like medium range right now, but later on when we push the enemy back, you'll notice that I use the pipe bombs to kind of push the enemy back and keep them at bay. And I'm not really expecting a kill when I'm doing this. All I'm doing is I'm shooting my pipe bombs, letting them roll right next to the enemy, and I'm hoping that they just won't come near us. I'm just trying to drive them back. Now when the enemies come into medium to close range, that's when I try to actually get direct hits with the pipe bombs, and it does a lot of damage when you get a direct hit with the pipe bombs. So that's my strategy when using it, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll also switch between the two. What I'll do is I'll fire off 4 of my pipe bombs really quickly, let them roll, and then I'll quickly switch to my sticky bomb launcher and just throw some sticky bombs out there. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so that by the time those pipe bombs that I launched before detonate, it'll be about the same time as the sticky bombs detonate. And so that way you get to apply a massive amount of damage very, very quickly to finish off the enemy. So actually right here, Prof. Snape is my pocket medic right now, so thank you very much. These guys try to flank us, but boom, take them out in this top hallway here. Pretty much the area is clear. And boy, is it a lot easier when you have a medic on you. There are so many times in this game where I felt like I was going to die. I was down to like maybe low 20s health, you know, very, very low health, but there was a medic right there, Prof. Snape, to heal me right back up. So unfortunately, there he goes, but yeah, medic's very, very important on both offense and defense, and they're just meant to keep your team alive. I mean, that's the purpose of the medic, is to keep your team alive so that the enemy doesn't push the cart too far. You always want a constant stream of your teammates on the front line to drive them back. So now that Prof. Snape, my medic, has respawned, I decided to join my teammates on the front lines. And you can see that the front line has moved all the way back to the enemy spawn. Our team is doing a great job of spawn trapping the enemy. And right now, I am just trying to spam my pipe bombs. I'm not trying to get any kills. The thing is, I don't want to go out there down by the rocks and lose my height advantage. Right now, I have a pretty good height advantage over the enemy, and I don't want to lose that. I don't want to go down there and get killed, because I could get easily flanked from the top right, and, well, there goes my medic, and there goes me. So, just spamming my pipe bombs from up here, making sure that I stay alive, my medic stays alive, and I'm just trying to drive them back with the pipe bombs. I'm not expecting any kills. I'm just expecting to get some damage, but I'm just really trying to drive them back. You can see kind of how the pipe bombs work on me as well. That Demoman just kind of spams those pipe bombs, and it drives me back a little bit because I can't go out until those bombs detonate. Now, defending this last point can be tricky at times, but it really helps if you have a sentry gun in around this position. This is a really good spot to put a sentry gun because that rock there provides great cover from anyone in that top tunnel over there. Now, on the left side, there is a one-way door leading to a tunnel, and people can only come out of it. You might be able to get into it if someone leaves that door open, but other than that, it's a one-way door, and the attacking team will come out of that door. And so that sentry gun actually covers that area pretty well. There is an easy way, actually, to get that sentry gun from that top door. So it's also a good idea to actually have a sentry gun on the top as well, and you can see the top left there. Yeah, we have another sentry gun covering basically this main gateway here, as well as anyone who tries to come out of that door I'm spamming through right now. So these sentries are in very, very good positions. It pretty much locks down this last point, and it makes my job defending as a Demoman a lot easier because I know that these sentry guns have my back. Now, it's also a good idea to watch this middle tunnel right here. A lot of times the enemy will like to use that middle tunnel for either sniping. You can see that sniper that was in there. Great spot for enemy snipers because they have pretty much a wide open view of your spawn, so you gotta watch out for that. Oh, here's an example of Prof. Snape healing me back full health after I almost died. That was a really close one. But also, watching that tunnel can be very useful because it lets you know when the enemy is going to start to flank you from the left side. So Prof. Snape popping crits for me again, so thank you, awesome. I really like crits as a Demoman because you can just lay down sticky crits and leave them there. Just leave them there and detonate them when you want to. Sometimes they won't even see it, and actually, maybe it's just me, I think because I'm a little bit colorblind, but red stickies on the brown dirt might be a little bit more difficult to see than blue stickies on the brown dirt. So it's somewhat of an advantage, I guess, and it's good that the Demoman, you can just lay down crit stickies and detonate them when you want to. Basically set a crit sticky trap. It's pretty cool and it's a lot of fun to do that. So unfortunately, Prof. Snape got taken out, and I'm waiting for him to respawn and come up to the front line and help heal us, because we need to hold this cart basically where it is. This is a pretty good spot to hold the cart, just because it is a huge choke point, and we're basically trying to funnel the enemy into this small hallway. It makes it a lot easier, especially as a Demoman, to funnel your enemies right next to the cart, lay a bunch of sticky traps, and just detonate it all at once. You'll get huge damage and a lot of kills that way. So just staying near the cart here, making sure it's clear. I'm kind of wondering where the enemy is, because I don't really know where my teammates are. You can see that some of them are up here. They're pushing them pretty far back. I kind of wish TF2 had a mini-map. A lot of the first-person shooter games that I play, like Call of Duty and Battlefield, they have a mini-map that shows you where your teammates are, and based on that, you can kind of get a feeling for where the enemy is. So I kind of like having that, but with this one, you kind of have to just, explore a little bit, push up a little bit. Unfortunately, pushed up a little bit too much, got myself on fire, and I just took a rocket right to the face. So that's alright. Next life, I take this teleporter just to kind of see where it goes. It doesn't go very far. You can see that the enemy is now pushing through that room, and you can see them kind of spread out. They're using that top tunnel as well as the main tunnel to flank this area around here, and so once the enemy pushes the cart through here, it becomes a lot more difficult to even get close to them because the enemy is spread out. It's a lot easier when they're funneled in the tunnel, but now that they're past that tunnel, they're all over the place, and it's very hard to choose your targets when you're a Demoman because you really want to put all your stickies kind of on one person and detonate it all at once to finish them off. So now that the cart is all the way in the open, the enemy is using a lot more routes to try and flank us, especially that middle tunnel right there. You can see that Pyro just spamming flares out of that tunnel. Kind of annoying. So to counter that, I just spam pipe bombs up in that tunnel. You can spam pipe bombs, spam rockets, or ask one of your snipers to start sniping in that tunnel. And actually, usually the attacking team will have a sniper in that tunnel anyway, so your sniper should be counter-sniping him. So unfortunately, I get taken out by that Demoman. I wasn't watching the left side. That one-way door, sometimes just I'm not paying attention to it, and people pop out of that door and get quick kills. And it's a good idea to actually watch that door, make sure that they don't come out there and surprise you, especially Ubers. Sometimes Ubers just pop out of that door out of nowhere and take out all of your sentries. So, yeah, that door, gotta keep an eye on it. Winding down into overtime here, I spot this soldier, and ooh, almost die. He actually had the advantage in that fight, but luckily I got away, and we end up winning in overtime. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.